Alrighty guys, welcome back. It's your host ID Jester. We're going to be playing some more Marvel Champions here, and this time we're going to be choosing the new hero, Jubilation Lee, aka Jubilee. We did an unboxing of her and went through all the components that are in her deck, all the cards, her default cards, her base cards. We're going to be using her base set of cards that come in the program, in the game. And we're hoping that we're hoping that we're going to try out just the base deck, see what it does, see what she does, see how she does it. And then we can fine tune it and add some cards. If you have any suggestions for cards that she might like, let me know in the comments section. And next time I will get around to building a deck for her. I just thought, well, first thing, I'm trying to play all the new stuff that we get because I'm trying not to purchase something and then just put it on the shelf for 6 months to a year or 2 years or 3 years before you even get around to it. Why would you even purchase it then? So I'm trying to train myself when I get something new in to try to get it to the table. So that way I won't have hundreds of games sitting here waiting for me to get around to playing them. We shall see how it goes. That's the goal. We can only progress through our goals, my friends. Let's try it this time with Jubilation Lee. Now, obviously, we got our new Wasp playmat. Obviously, it's not a Jubilee playmat. I don't even think they have a Jubilee playmat, actually. But with that said, I swear, one of these days, I've never ever played Wasp. I hear she's pretty good. She's kind of a takeoff of the Ant-Man, and I really liked Ant-Man when I played him, so that was pretty good. So one of these days, I swear I'm going to try Wasp and see what she can do. Because she looks, I got the playmat for her, so if we could just get her on the table, that would be awesome. Alright, I am shuffling up her deck again. This is the default core deck that comes in her box. That if you would get from the store. And yeah, one thing I will see here is I want to see if my that's not what I wanted at all. Pictures, Marvel. There we go. We're going to put her down in the corner. There we go. That looks nice. All right. All right. So her main thing is all about exhausting her to generate a resource when she's in hero form. But her main thing is search your deck for the shopping spree player side scheme and put it into play. So that seems interesting. Obviously, hello, Mr. Camera. Hello, Mr. Camera. There we go. That should be better. All right. So here we go. We shuffled up her Taskmaster. We did his nonsense. We got the hunting for heroes. We got the 4 heroes there. We put the Hydra Patrol into play. He comes with 13 hit points. She comes with 9 hit points. We're doing the normal. Ooh, look at what's on the bottom. The card that shall not be named. We will make sure we shuffle that nonsense. Or maybe we'll just leave it on the bottom. That might be a good idea. So that should be pretty gosh darn good shuffling there if I've ever seen one. I'm going to turn on the lights a little bit. It might make things go a little glary, but as we get more cards on the table, it should compensate for it. So we shall see. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see if we got a decent hand, and then we'll go from there. So we got a cell phone. Remove a charge counter from it and choose a player. That player makes a basic attack athwart with the character they control. The character gets +1 thwart and +1 attack for the use. We got Power of Justice. We got Disguise. We got the Grand Finale. Deal 2 damage to an enemy for each different resource you use to pay for that. We have the Shopping Spree and the Waylay. Well, her special ability is to find a shopping spree, so I'm going to just shuffle again because I don't like that hand. I don't think I'm going to like this character just from, number one, I don't know anything about her. Number two, she reminds me, and this drives me crazy, when you have what I'm calling the, what do I want to call her? How do I put it nicely, I guess? The 13-year-old girls syndrome. Like, this character was made for 13-year-old girls. Like, oh, hey, we're going to give this girl a power and she's going to have all these fancy-dancy blue and green and yellow lights, and look at the way she's dressed like she's 1980s disco, and she has these funky, super big glasses. It's like, this character was designed for a 13-year-old girl. I'm not a 13-year-old girl. I don't know if you can tell that or not. So I don't really have any connection with this character. I could care less about this character. And for me, I think this character, personally, stinks. But, I mean, that's just my overview of the character. That doesn't have anything to do with how good she is in Marvel Champions and how well she plays and her new mechanic or whatever. I'm just saying, for perspective of what makes her interesting, nothing makes her interesting to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try this again and see if we get a little bit better hand. We got Cinch, we got Jubilee's sunglasses, 3 steps ahead, Jubilee's coat, another shopping spree, and a grand finale. What does this allow us to do? Threat cannot be removed from this scheme by heroes or allies. Exhaust your identity. Remove a threat from here. Any player may trigger this ability when defeated. The player defeated this scheme searches their deck or discard pile for an item card and puts it into play. Well, I've got my item cards. I've got my coat. And I got my sunglasses. I could literally put both of those in to play right now. And I think I will, actually. I'm going to put Jubilee's coat into play using these 2 resources. And I'm going to put her sunglasses into play using these 2 resources. Let's see what they do. Again, she's going to get +1 to thwart. After you play a thwart event, exhaust her coat and choose a scheme. Remove 1 threat from that scheme for each different resource type used to pay for that event. And her glasses are, she's going to get +1 attack. Hero's response attack. After you play an attack event, exhaust Jubilee's sunglasses and choose a enemy. Deal 1 damage to that enemy for each different resource type used to pay for that event. Okay. Right, so that's what we got there. Got to get out my activation tokens here. I think she will activate this ability. Action, search your deck for the shopping spree. This is interesting. It says search your deck for the shopping spree player side scheme and put it into play. If I'm only allowed to search my deck, let's see if she has another one. I don't recall how many of those she has. Probably just the one, I would guessing. Yeah, that's why mulligan. Let's because I started with it in my hand again, which really messes up my... Because I'm basically out of resource that I should be able to get. But according to her card, it says search your deck. It doesn't say search your deck or discard pile. It just says search your deck for the shopping spree, player side seam, and put it into play. So I will not be able to do that. Great, thanks. Thanks, Jubilee. And then we'll flip over. And when she flips over, these are both when you play attack events and thwart events. And this is what I was talking about when I'm talking about 13-year-old girl syndrome. It's like this character was made for a 13-year-old girl, you can see, because it's like she acts like she's a 13-year-old girl. Like, is that supposed to impress me? I don't understand it. So I have no connection with this hero. And what do I want to do with Jubilee? I can exhaust her to thwart for 2, but that would just put another Hydra minion into play with me. I can wait on that. I guess we're going to have to. So she'll exhaust and get rid of this, which will put a Hydra... Not the soldier. Let's see if we can find one of the... Hydra. Oh, we had 2 Hydra regulars back to back coming up. Look at that. That would have been nice. But now we're not going to get that anymore. We're going to get some nonsense. Oh, I forgot. So what should have happened is when I flipped over, I should have activated his special power, which would have been the Hydra regular. So I would have taken 2 damage. And this would have gone in the discard pile. Then I would have just dragged it out of the discard pile and put it back into play for the Hydra patrol. Alright, so I apologize. I keep forgetting about Taskmaster's special ability. Alright, that's all I can do. I'm going to draw back up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Ready her. See what we got. X-Gene, Mew, multi-talented, the power of justice, her special plasmoid energy, and multi-talented. I have 2 copies of multi-talented. Great. X-Gene, play over, generate a resource for a identity-specific event. Okay. So he's going to get 1 at the start of his turn. He's going to attack us. We only have 7 hit points. He's going to attack for 2. This guy is also going to attack us. Do we have anything? We don't have any kind of anything like defensively. So we're going to exhaust and defend against this attack. It's a 2 + 2 is 4. We're going to take 2 damage. He's going to attack us for 2 more. We're down to 3 hit points. Congratulations, you're almost dead. And then we have an encounter. And the encounter is Taskmaster's Training Camp. And it comes in with 2 things. After a minion enters play, give it a tough status card. Wow. We'll put this on there. And I think we're about ready to restart because she's down to 3 hit points, and she's exhausted, and I've got... Okay, I'm going to play multi-talented, and I'm going to use these 3 cards right here. which it is an attack and a thwart event. Okay, this is going to get interesting. After you paid for this event using at least one physical, which we did, deal 2 damage to an enemy. That's him. Goodbye, enemy. Next up is energy. Heal 2 damage from your identity. That might save her bacon. And then last but not least is I'm going to choose this to be mental. Remove 2 threat from a scheme, which is going to be this one right here. Okay, so those are the cards I paid: a mental, a physical, and energy, physical, mental, to pay for multi-talented. Now, this says after you play a thwart event, which this is, it's an attack and a thwart event. After you play in a thwart event, exhaust her and choose a scheme. Remove 1 threat from that scheme for each different resource used to pay for that event. So you'll exhaust this. She's got 3, so she will remove 3 threat from there. Next up, after you play an attack event, exhaust Jubilee's sunglasses and choose an enemy. I'm going to choose you, Taskmaster. Deal 1 damage to that enemy for each different resource type you paid for that event. We had 3. He's going to take 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. He's down to 10. So that's how that works. Okay. I do like this card, but I'm going to play X-Gene with my multi-talented. I am going to flip over and ready everything and see if we can get some cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. He gets 1 at the start of his turn. He's going to scheme. It's a 1 plus 3 is 4. Wow. So he's up to 4 plus 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. Okay. Then we have a event. The event is Combat Knife. Attach the villain. Attach villain attacks. Gain Pierce. Spend a physical and a mental to discard this. Okay, well, we're not going to probably be tough anyways, so I don't really care that he's got that. Oh, he does have the +1 attack, which can be problematic. All right. All right. Wild resource for an identity-specific event. Yes. Means I can play that. This. Okay. I am going to recover for 3. Whoa, come here, you. Back up to 8. And I'm going to flip over because, again, can't find that. So flip over. And now I'm going to play Firecracker. I'm going to spend X-Gene and Cell Phone to pay for that. That is going to be an energy, and this is going to be a physical. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. That will be you, Taskmaster. He's down to 6. And then, if you use 2 different types of resources, stun him. Yes, we did. He's stunned. Stun you. Haha. Boom, boom. That worked out pretty good. Not only that, but we have Husk. Let's see what Husk does. When Husk uses a basic power, spend up to 3 resources. If you spend at least 1 energy, she gets +1 of the power. If you use a mental, heal 1 damage from her. And if I use a physical, ready Husk after the use. Yeah, we'll bring her into play. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So brings her into play. She comes in with 3 hit points. All right. Do I want to activate her? I think I do. So she's going to take a point of damage. And just remove this down to 3. And then I'm going to ready everyone. And draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, he gets 1 at the start of his turn. He goes to 4. He goes to attack us. He cannot attack us because he's stunned. We have an encounter. The encounter is hunted by Hydra in Site 1. So that's going to go to 5. When this card is revealed, place 1 threat. When revealed, each player in hero form, which we are, take 1 damage and discard a card at random. So 1 damage takes us down to 7. 1 card at rando. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We roll a die. We roll a 1. We're going to lose this one, which is Waylay. Okie dokie. Generation X. Each X-Men character gets +1 thwart when making a basic thwart against this scheme. Alright, I'm going to bring this into play immediately. And it comes in with 3 thread on it. And it says each X-Men character gets +1 thwart when making a basic thwart against this scheme. She's 1 +1 for her coat. So she's a 2. She would get a +1, which means she would complete this. So she is going to complete this. When defeated, each player may search their deck and discard pile for an identity-specific event and add it to their hand. I think this doesn't get discarded. I don't think you can. So, how many resources? Let's try. Oh, it's got to be an identity specific. Is that what it said? Identity specific event. Oh, so it's only one of her cards. Flash of Light is for her. Blinding Flash. Choose an enemy where X is the number of different resources used. Stun and confuse each chosen enemy. Ooh, that could be good. Yeah, we're going to choose Boom Flash. Boom Flash. That seems like a good one because I'm going to bring it into play by playing these 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. And I've got a wild resource, a mental, and a physical. So, choose an enemy where X is the number of different resources. So that's 3 enemies. I can confuse and stun 3 enemies. Unfortunately, there is only 1 enemy out there, so I will stun and confuse him. Now, because I just played a identity-specific event, exhaust this card. Oh, this is not. These cards don't come into play because it's a hero action. It's not an event. After you play a thwart event. It's not a thwart event. It's a hero action. So, unfortunately, I don't get to use these 2 cards for that. Unlike this card, I do. Because it's an attack. I think. So, stun and confuse each chosen enemy. It would be better if you had more people to stun and confuse. Unfortunately, she is going to boom and exhaust and lower this down to 3. I am going to exhaust and I'm going to thwart for 1, 2. I'm going to thwart for 2 myself. Just to make sure nothing crazy happens. And then I'm going to flip over. Since he's going to be confused, I'm going to ready everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. Looks good. Oh, good. 3. Oh, we got a lot of yellow cards. We got a lot of yellow cards in this hand. But we get our flashlight. Move through threat from a scheme. If you paid for this card using 2 different resources, confuse the enemy. Oh. All right. He gets 1 at the start of his turn. He's confused, so he can't scheme against us. But he does get to draw an event, and the event is captured by Hydra. So, we're going to get an ally coming our way here, I think. Eventually, hopefully. There we go. Alright. 5 threat. Lovely, because that's a great time to see... to play 3 steps ahead. Flashing lights. I'm going to play this card for that. Remove 3. It's a hero action, so I actually technically have to flip over first, which I will do. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. That's going to be this guy. He's going to go from 5 to 2. If you paid for this card using 2 different resource types, which I did, confuse an enemy. So he's confused again. He's stunned and confused. That's good. Alright, that's that. I am then going to exhaust myself to generate a resource. I'm going to exhaust myself to generate a resource so I can bring him in for 4 resources. 1, 2, 3 plus hers is 4 to pay for this. And he comes in with 3 hit points. Oop, 3 hit points. And he has a special ability. He takes -1 consequential damage after he attacks a confused enemy. He's going to attack Taskmaster for 2 points of damage. 1, 2. Taskmaster is confused, so he's going to take no damage whatsoever. He's going to exhaust, though. I am then going to have Husk kill herself by taking out the captured by Hydra. Boom, get that out of there. And we're going to add this to our hand, which is Moon Knight, which we will immediately bring into play. He comes in with 3 hit points. After you play Moon Knight from your hand, spend a wild resource to draw 2 cards. I don't have that. Don't have that to do that, unfortunately. I don't have that. So Moon Knight's going to attack. Might as well attack for 2 points of damage. 1, 2. He's down to 2 hit points. We will draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're ready, everyone. Oh, I could have activated this special ability when I did my thwart event. Hang on a second. When I played that thwart event, remove 3 threat from a scheme if you paid for this using 2 different events, confuse an enemy. I could have activated this, which will allow us to remove one threat for the scheme from each different resource. So that would have been 2, so that would have removed that 2 threat. Okay, so now everything's ready. We got our 5 hit points, 5 cards, and we are good to go. So he gets 1 at the start of his turn. He goes to attack us, but he's stunned, so he cannot attack us. And then we have an encounter. The encounter is hunted by Hydra. He gets 1 on this, and then each player takes a damage and discards a card from random and their hand from random. And we'll have number 1 on the top, and it's 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The power of justice is gone. Well, thanks a lot there, Mr. Taskmaster. All right, I am going to I'm going to use my X gene and these 2 cards to pay for another multi-talented. Here we go again. This is going to get crazy again. So it's going to be physical, which deals 2 damage to an enemy. Boom, boom. Hang on a second. Timeout. So he gets flipped over. He stays confused. He gets back to 16 hit points. We deal ourselves an encounter card. And we continue. Remove 2 threat from, let's see, energy. Heal 2 damage on your identity. Boom, boom. And then this one, we're going to make it as a... We're going to make this this wild resource over here. We're going to make that a... We're going to say it's a mental? No, we're going to make it a physical and do 2 damage. Boom, boom. He's down to 14. Okay? So that's this and these 2 cards. Boom, boom, boom. The Jubilee is going to exhaust and generate a resource to bring this into play. Now I got 2 resources that I can use. He's still confused, so he's going to attack for 2 damage. He is down to 12 hit points. I am thinking that I will... Do I want to stay? Do I want to... The longer he's confused, the more this guy can just attack for free. For free. Oh, when I flip back over, shoot, I always forget his power. I should have taken damage. Shoot, I forgot how many points. It would have been 1 point, so I should take 1 point of damage. I got to remember that. When I flip back over, I got to remember to do his special power. I keep forgetting that. That's on me. I apologize. I'm sorry. So if I flip over, he's going to lose his confused, and then we won't get that. So we might as well stay in this form and let him get a free attack every turn. So I'm just going to ready everything and draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He gets 1 at the start of his turn, and then he will attack us, though, won't he? Yes, he will. I'm going to, what am I going to do? Am I going to defend? I've got 7 hit points. Yeah, he's going to do 3 attack. I don't think he's going to kill me, but I'll still defend. That's fine. I'm going to defend. So his attack is 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 2. It's going to give me 3 points of damage. 1, 2, 3. All right, you know. There's our captured by Hydra. That would have been nice to get. Then we're going to have 2 encounters. Number 1, photographic reflexes, so he's going to do some damage back when we attack him. And then discard an upgrade or support you control. Unfortunately, it'll have to be this card, I think. I don't want to lose these. Oh, I should be actually using these. Gosh darn it. That's why I have these cards, and I forget to use them. I forget to use them. Jeez. Okay. All right. Are you ready, boys and girls? Yes, we are. All right. They're going to do some craziness here. Again, this is going to do some good stuff. I'm going to play X Gene and a Disguise to pay for Firecracker. It's an attack superpower. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's down to 8 hit points remaining. If you paid for this card using 2 different types of resources, stun him. Yes, we will stun him. I used mental and physical. Okay, so that's Firecracker. Next up, we're going to play Unlikely Duel with these 2 cards. And that is going to hero action, attack, confuse an enemy, deal 4 damage to confused enemy. So 4 damage, boom, 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 boom. He's down to 4 hit points. I'm then going to have chamber attack. Because he's confused, he takes no consequential damage. He goes down to 2 hit points remaining. And Moon Knight will punch him very hard in his head and knock him down to 0, 0, 0, 0. And that is how that is done, my friends. It was super good that we got both of these on the front. That really helped. We're going to play again and see if that was a fluke. If we got really lucky, or if that was just a fluke. It should be easier, harder, whatever. I don't know. We're gonna see. Oh, you know what? When a player attacks Taskmaster, we did not attack him. We did not attack him. Everyone else attacked him. Was that... He might have actually lived through that, actually, now that I think about it. Yeah, deal 4 damage to an enemy. So we shouldn't have been able to do these 4 because I forgot he had these. Gosh darn it. I still think we were going to win that turn, but in case I messed it up, we're going to do it again. Probably messed that up. He probably would have lived another round, but I mean, he was going to be down to just a couple of hit points remaining. Yeah, he was going to be in big trouble. So I think we'll try again and see if I can make sure I don't mess up. That would be a good point. Is not messing up. How is everyone doing tonight? Hope all is well with everyone out there. We've got 13 hit points on the board. 9 for you. You started this form. We got our deck. We didn't have that many bad events come out either, so I think it looked pretty easy for us when it shouldn't have been that easy. We shall see. We're going to give it another try and see how it goes. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My throat's kind of sore. X Gene, Mutilated, Power, Justice, Flash of Light, and our double resources. Okay, I'm going to use my special ability to look for my card, which is called Shopping Spree. There it is. Oh, and we got to put it into play, actually. Oh, you know what? We need to get something into play for him as well. He should have out his Hydra Patrol card. There's his Hydra Patrol card. Okay, slide him over a little bit so we can put all this stuff out. So that comes in with 2. This comes in with 2. Okay. We should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. Okay. So we use her special ability. Yada yada yada. Really? Alrighty. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do then. Alright. Alrighty. So we're going to use your special ability. So we're going to flip over and we're going to activate his special ability because I'm not going to forget again. It's 2 points, so we got rid of our obligation card, so that was good. Actually, whoa. Let me make sure my obligation actually has 2. It does have 2 on it. I think most players do have 2, but... So I take 2 damage from that. That was not very nice, actually. Okay. And we're going to play Cell Phone to get into play our X Gene. This will allow us a resource to play a specific, identity specific event. Like what, Jester? What would be an identity specific event? Well, glad you ask. I'm going to play multi-talented with this, and I'm going to use this. So, these are the resources I'm using to pay for this. It is a physical, deal 2 damage to an enemy. Well, guess what? Boom, boom. I guess it's going on him. Energy, heal 2 damage. Oh, good. I get 2 damage back. That's pretty nice. And then I'm going to make this a mental, which removes 2 threat from a scheme, which I'm going to remove this threat right here, which is the shopping spree, which, when defeated, the player who defeats this scheme searches their deck and discard pile for an item card and puts it into play. So, I am going to search for my coat. Is it my coat or my sunglasses? Let's see. No, I want my sunglasses. So I put my sunglasses into play by completing that objective. Alright, so that was this card with this resource and this. And okay, so that's done there. Now, we are going to flip this over, or she's going to activate, she's going to use her special ability to generate a wild resource. And then I'm going to generate a wild resource with this. So I got 2 wild resources, and I got this, flash of light. So because of that, I can remove 3 threat from a scheme, which is going to be this one here. We have to find our Hydra patrol boy, our Hydra regular guy. If you paid for this using 2 different resources, I want to say that this is energy and this is mental. Confuse the enemy, so we're going to confuse Taskmaster. Unfortunately, he's going to have this same thing going on that he had last time, which is kind of bad. Oh, wait a minute. That is a thwart event. That's not this, so I don't have that thing out, unfortunately. So I don't get that. That's paid off. Okay, well, bummer. So he's confused, which is good. So we'll be able to switch back over into alter ego form if we need to. But we've got to ready everyone. We got to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we get to pay the... There, he's going to attack us. We're going to defend. He's going to do an attack of 2 plus 2 is 4. We only have a defense of 2, so we take 2 points of damage. This guy's going to attack us for 2 points of damage. We're down to 5, just like that. Then we have an event, and the event is... the villain and each minion engaged with you attacks. That's going to be a problem. 2 plus 1 is 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'm down to 2, which is what?
Still water's all over again. And there's haven't even used except for to wash the dishes.
Maybe there's a leak in the ceiling then, or in the roof or something. I don't know. And so the Hydra regular's got 2. He's going to boom boom, and that's going to end us on the first turn. Wow. That was interesting and not cool and not great. So maybe I should wait on doing that. That was a double attack. That's 2, 4, 2, 4. That's 8 damage, minimum 8 damage on a double attack like that. So maybe we should wait a turn before we complete that first objective. I'm not sure. I know one thing. Not a big fan of what happened there. So I guess we get to try it again. Well, we're going to try one more time, I hope. I hope we're going to try another time. Let's see. Well, at least we don't have too much to reset. We don't have too much to reset. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's fine. I'll keep this hand. I get to search my deck for that card. Shopping spree. It comes in with 2. Okay. We're going to play X Gene with the cell phone again. That seems to be a good combo. It's a hero action, though. I have to. So I used her special ability. I'm going to flip over. We're going to play this. We're going to use this ability, 1. We're going to use this, which is 2. And this, which is 3. We're going to use, so wild, wild, and mental. Wild, wild, and mental. All right, to pay for this card. So what that means is I can activate them in any order. I'm going to use the mental first and complete this objective. Boom. So, and I'm going to get my Hydra guy out. Oh, Hydra regular. There you are. Okay. And when he comes in, he's going to come in with 2 hit points. But don't worry, my friend, because I'm going to use this as a physical and dual 2 damage, and that's going to kill him, get him out of here. And then the last one I'm going to make is a mental, so I can complete this objective, and once again go through my deck and pick out my, either my sunglasses or my coat. I think we're going to go with the sunglasses again. All right. That's a pretty good start, and I think that's pretty standard start for this deck and her, because that's 3 times we played it, and that's 3 times we actually did that. Or 2 of the 3 times we did that, so... Alright, so all these cards go away. This comes into play. Now, alright, so... I'm going to keep this card. I can't play it. But I'm going to have her attack for 2. Knock him down to 11. And then I'm going to ready everyone and draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Alright, he gets 1 at the start of his turn. He goes to attack us. We're going to defend. He does 1 plus 2, 3. So we're going to take 1 point. Oh! When we flipped over, we should have taken 2 points of damage. That was a good card to see. And then he just did 1 to us, so we should be down to 6. Then we have an encounter, and this is photographic reflexes. I'm going to keep it out here to remind me he's got it this time. Okay, that's going to make things interesting. Because when we damage him, prevent all damage that would be dealt to Taskmaster and deal an equal amount of damage to the player identity instead. Then discard photographic reflexes. So, What are we going to do? Yeah, with him having this, that's like the worst card we could have drawn. I mean, the worst card he could have drawn, because I've got ways to deal him some damage and confuse him. I've got ways to deal some damage and stun him, but now all that damage is coming back to me, and I only got 6 hit points because I'm just a squishy 13-year-old girl. And if I wouldn't have defended, I would be able to attack him for 1 hit point. He would do that 1 hit point back to me, which is fine. I can't do 4 damage to him because he'll just do that 4 damage back to me. Oh, you know what? Cell phone here says it uses 3 charges. Exhaust it, remove a charge counter from it, and choose a player. That player makes a basic attack or thwart with the character they control. That character gets +1 thwart and +1 attack, which kind of stinks because it would be 1 + 1 + 1. So that's no good either. I just want to do 1 stinking point of damage or ready myself for something. So I guess we'll play Sync. And we'll use this one, this one, this one to pay for that. 3 hit points. Not the best choice, even. Not the best choice. God. I'm just going to ready up and hope he doesn't kill me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This has been a very weird start. He gets 1 to start his turn. He's going to attack us. I won't defend. So 2 damage. That's fine. Okay. And then he will discard an upgrade or support. I will get rid of my sunglasses, actually. Actually, I won't. Yes, I will. That's fine. Alright, I will get rid of that. That's fine. Jerk face jerk. Alright. But now I can do a basic attack. 1 point of damage to him. He will use his photographic reflexes to knock that back to me. I'm down to 3 hit points, though. That's a problem. Fortunately for us, we are going to play this card, which is going to be this card. Oh, wait. Before we do that, we're going to play this card using this. So now we have 2 of those out there. And now we can use this. 1, 2, and 3. So, mental, reduce this by 2. It's down to 1. I'm going to make this one energy, which is going to heal me by 2. And I'm going to make this one energy, which is going to heal me by 2. That seems pretty good. I'm not going to have her... Am I having her attack for 1 stinking points? No. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. He gets 1 at the start of his turn. He attacks us. 1 plus 2 is 3. We're down to 4 again. And we have an encounter, and it's a Hydra regular, which will put this at 3. He will come in with 2 hit points. And it's time to murder us a Hydra regular. Okay. Alright, we're going to spend this and this to play for this. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. Guess what? Taskmaster, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's down to 7 hit points. If we use 2 different, we can stun him. Yes, he's stunned. Congratulations, you're stunned. I am then going to play Flash of Light. I'm going to use this to pay for this. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. If you paid for this card using 2 different types of energy, confuse the enemy. Congratulations, you're confused. I am then going to punch this guy and kill him. Knock him out of there. Unfortunately, I can't really play for either one of these cards, and we're just going to discard them. I am going to flip over and ready everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, he gets 1 at the start of his turn. He goes to scheme, but he's confused, so he can't scheme. We have an encounter captured by Hydra. We have 4 there. Which one are we going to get? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Yes. Alright. That was his encounter. He's got 70 points left. It's time to start kicking his butt. First thing we're going to do, we've got everything ready, right? Yes. We've got us Ooh, this might be a good one. So I am going to flip over the grand finale. No, waylay. We got to thwart, but before we thwart, we got to pay for Flash of Light. We're going to pay these 2. Remove 3 threat from a scheme. Boom, he's down to 2. If we use 2 different resources, we did. Confuse an enemy, so he's confused again. Alright, now I'm going to have her thwart for 1. It's down to 1. And then I am going to thwart for 1. That's all I thwart for. But thwarting for 1 completes this. And I'm going to play this card using 1, 2, 3 maybe. After your hero thwarts, deal 4 damage to an enemy. 7 damage instead if that thwart removed the last threat from a scheme. It did. It removed the last threat from this scheme right here. 7 damage. Boom. And that knocks him out. So he's flips over. We get an encounter card. He's back to 16 hit points. And now, when I flipped over, I should have taken damage. 1 point of damage. Oops, that's a mistake. I only have 3 hit points left. I forgot to heal before I flipped over, but that's okay. So that was all of that stuff there. We are going to just keep these and draw. Back up. Ready everything. Oh, we should have got this right. And that's, we would have put that into play. 3 hit points. After you put him into play from your hand, spend a... Oh, I wouldn't have... yeah, that's all right. We still would have put him into play. That's fine. Okay. His turn. He gets 1 at the start of his turn. He is stunned, so he can't do anything. We will have 2 encounters. First encounters are obligation. That's a problem. Give to the as an additional cost to change to hero form during your turn. You must spend 2 resources of the same type. When revealed, change to alter ego form. In response, after you play a Jubilee event, remove this card from the game. So that was kind of disappointing. Photographic reflex is again for Knucklehead over there. Okay. Oh, I'm just wondering what I want to do after. I'm gonna play. I'm gonna play Husk. I'm gonna pay these 2 plus these 2 for the 4. 2, 3, 4 for her. She comes in with 3 hit points. Okay, and I'm gonna hold this. I'm gonna recover for 3. I'm going to have her attack for 1. Down to 15. I'm going to have him attack for 2. Down to 13. I'm going to have her attack for 2. Down to 11. This does not come into play because it only affects when a player attacks. I think I'm just going to stay in alter ego, hold this, and draw back up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. That looks pretty good. We've got plenty of resources to pay for it. Okay. Alright, so he gets 1 at the start of his turn. He's confused, so he can't do anything. We have an encounter. Surge. Alter Ego. Discard the top 5 cards of your deck. If a thwart card... Uh-oh, this is going to be bad. Then he's going to scheme. That is an attack. That is 1. There's a thwart. 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's going to thwart. He's going to try to thwart for 2 plus 0. 2 whole points. Wow, I'm nervous now. He's up to 5. Oh, all my characters should be ready again. We haven't done anything. Alright, now it's time to kill him. He's only got 11 hit points left. Should be able to knock him out. 4 damage, but he's got photographic reflexes, so we are going to flip over. She's going to punch him for 1. She only does 1 damage. She's got no bonuses, nothing going on, so 1 damage. He reflects it back. Boom, she takes 1. She's down to 5. Now, 2, 4, 5, and 4 is only 9 damage. We can't kill him. We cannot kill him. We're going to play Firecracker with these two. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. Boom, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's down to 7. And then we get to stun him. And then we will... We'll use Sync to attack, which will kill her. She'll do 1 point of damage to him and knock herself out. He's down to 6. He will attack, dealing 2 damage. He's down to 4. He will attack. He's down to 1 and 2 more damage. He's down to 2 hit points. Boy, if we only could do 2 more hit points worth of damage. Oh, Wolverine. 1, 2, 3, 4 to pay for him. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wolverine's in play. He comes in with 4 hit points. He will go to attack. He will take 2 consequential damage, but he will do 3 points of damage and knock him out. We won 2 of 3, so that's not too bad. What do you guys think? Definitely some of her cards in the deck work well together. Some of the cards, I'm not 100% sure about that cell phone and some terminology and some stuff. I've got to see some other people play this. Some of these cards look pretty good. It's interesting that her alter ego form searches for a card, brings it into play, but it happens like right off the bat and then nothing for the rest of the game. And what do I have above my head that is in the way? It's like cutting off the top of my head there. What are you doing? That's crazy. There's only 2 things on this page, me and this. So it must have something to do with this image. I'm not... That is a funky image. Okay, well, there you go. Let me know in the comments section what you think of Jubilee. Maybe even we'll try and get a deck for WASP together. Probably going to be doing a review of Marvel Champions now that we've played it like 1,000 times. And we're actually going to break down. But, again, I'm trying to train myself. When you get a new game, a new something in, you should try to get that to the table as soon as you can and not have it sit on the shelf for 1.5 years. So I'm trying to... We just got Jubilee. I wanted to try her instead of put her in the box and just let her sit there with all the other heroes. Now that I've tried her, yeah, I mean, I see what she's trying to do, and she's fine. But again, like when I was playing online Marvel Heroes online, they always had Squirrel Girl. I had Squirrel Girl and all the other heroes, but I never played Squirrel Girl because, again, it's that whole 13-year-old girl thing. It's like a hero that's made for a 13-year-old girl, and I'm not... There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just not a 13-year-old girl, so I have no connection with characters that do things like that. If they want to be cute and fancy and do all these, 13-year-old girl things, then great. Then have them, obviously they're made for that purpose. That's what they're there for. That's what they do. Anyways, I've got to run. We'll see you all next time. Thanks for coming out. Don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and we'll see you all next time. Until then, my friends, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you all down the line.